Welcome to the International Sports Hall of Fame. Dr. Robert Goldman is the founder and chairman of the Hall of Fame and is the sole funder and sponsor of this annual event. The Hall does not accept any commercial sponsorship, and none of the attendees or media pay fees to attend. Dr. Goldman has been a strong supporter of the Arnold Sports Festival since its inception. He was the chief doctor for bodybuilding and fitness worldwide in 190-plus nations and chairman of the IFBB and NPC medical committees for decades. Dr. Goldman is not only the sole sponsor of the Hall of Fame event, he has also sponsored the Arnold Sports Film Festival, the Highland Games, USA Arm Wrestling, and the Martial Arts event and America's Next Great Trainer competition. Dr. Goldman also donated the 800-pound bronze statue of Arnold Schwarzenegger to the city of Columbus. The statue stands in front of the Columbus Convention Center, home of the Arnold Sports Festival. Dr. Goldman is a world-class athlete himself. He is an upper-level black belt martial artist and holds over 20 world strength and endurance records, including 361 consecutive handstand push-ups and 13,500 consecutive sit-ups. Dr. Goldman is listed in the Guinness World Book of Records for his remarkable athletic accomplishments.
Welcome, everybody, to the International Sports Hall of Fame. Evander Holyfield, 5-time world boxing champion.
Don't sit down.
I'm glad that this guy was able to walk through the room. Evander, by the time he graduated high school, he was one of the highest-ranked amateur boxers. Went to the Olympics, won medals at the Olympics, continued on after the Olympics, turning pro, winning his first 2 fights as a light heavyweight by decision. It took him less than a year to win 7 fights, 6 of them by early round knockout, and earn the right to fight for the world title. Went on to become IBF belt winner, WBC crown champion, the undisputed champion of the world. Evander's domination of the cruiserweight division was so overwhelming. To this day, he's still the only undisputed cruiserweight champion, but his image now permanently adorns the championship belts in perpetuity. Evander then rocked the boxing world by winning his first 6 fights by knockout as a heavyweight. So this is multiple divisions, truly remarkable. Became the #1 contender in 1990, and it took Evander only 3 rounds to become the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. He would then go on to regain his titles twice more, becoming the 5-time world champion. But here again, the important part that makes Evander a candidate for the International Sports Hall of Fame, his humanitarian efforts through the Evander Holyfield Foundation, what he does for children, the time he takes to mentor young boxers, and what he does for charities and for the children of the world. Let's give it up for Evander Holyfield. I don't have to worry about anybody holding this medal today.
Nice.
First of all, I'm honored to be here and accept this award, and I'd like to give all praise to the Lord of my life, Lord Jesus Christ, and I like to say this is, I'm honored because the fact of the matter, when I was 8 years old, and my mama told me, said, never be prejudiced, son, because if you prejudice, it limits your opportunity when you're going to be successful. And so she told me that at the age of 8 years old, I went to the boys club. There's a man named Carter Morgan, just happened to be white. And he told me I could be like Muhammad Ali. And so in the fact that he told me that, he asked me, what do I think? I told him I had to ask my mama. And he looked at me. He said, your mama? I said, yes, sir. He said, you got a good mama. And so I, as a kid, said, you don't even know my mama. But I realized that he knew that to be successful, you have to have a support group. And so I'm honored because when I went home and asked my mama, She said, you could, son. She said, if you listen, follow direction, and not quit, you could be like Muhammad Ali. And so, and the fact is that I went back and told my mama said I could be like Muhammad Ali. And he said one thing to me. He said, son, you got to fight next week. I looked at him, because the fact of the matter, we ain't did nothing yet. And he said this. He said, son, I need to explain something to you. He said, I ain't got that much time, because he was 6 to 8 years old. He said, I ain't got that much time now. If this is a goal or a fantasy. He said, now, goal, when you want to be something, you work at it. A fantasy, when you want to be something and not work at it. He said, goal to fantasy. I said, go. Okay, get up there in the ring. And said, this is how it started. My first fight, he said, you see that kid right there? I said, yes, sir. He said, when that bell ring, I want you to run out as fast as you can and hit him in the nose. You understand that? And I said, yes, sir. And I looked at the kid, and his coach told him to hit me in my nose. So you know what? The bell ring, I ran out there, and that kid ran out, got there, and all of a sudden, the kid closed his eyes. I didn't close my eyes because I seen him close his. I hit him right in the nose. And he started crying. The referee stopped the fight, and my coach came in and said, you took your first step of being the heavyweight champion of the world. So I sit here today and said I'm honored to receive this award, because there's other people out there can be successful too if they just have someone to tell them 3 things: listen, follow direction, and not quit. Thank you very much.